Hey guys, I'm back. I missed you so much. Like all five of you that watch my channel. And I'm back. I'm 60 pounds lighter. I got my new Macklemore lesbian Hitler Youth haircut. And I'm unemployed. So, but let's pop some tags, shall we? So I've come to you today because besides to stave off my crippling depression, I finally saw Fallen Kingdom. And what the fuck? I knew it was going to be bad. I made a whole video detailing it where I talked myself in circles about how much of a fucking train wreck this movie was going to be. But this was worse. This movie didn't give me Forrest Whitaker eye. This movie gave me Total Recall 2 week face. It was like every little callback they did wasn't a callback. It was a big middle finger. And I get that it's this reoccurring trope for new directors when rebooting or revamping a franchise to throw in little Easter eggs and kind of destroy them or take them away somehow to distinguish themselves and say this isn't the same movie. But this was fucking malicious. Now, I'm not going to go over every little plot point and every little piece of shit writing because, frankly, we knew it was going to be that, and this isn't CinemaSins. But if you want a good review like that, go over to IMDb and check out this one that says this movie was a Jenga tower of stupid, which is absolutely accurate. I'm more angry about the subversion and brutal rape of my favorite childhood movie. The first thing they did was try to make this movie hit all of the same plot notes that A Lost World did, except turn some of those elements on their head. We have the protagonist, who is in need of some redemption and is called on by the father of the dinosaurs to come and save them before they're all destroyed or something. And then we have the protagonist, who is the shitty younger businessman taking over the business affairs for the old guy and trying to undermine him. So the characters are sucked back into the island under kind of a false premise. And the flip-flop here is that they are in line with the paramilitary mercenary force to capture the dinosaurs before they know that the guys are evil, instead of in the Lost World where the guys were evil and then they all had to escape together. I think where this movie really starts to say fuck you to the old movies is in the motivations for the characters, especially the villains. In the first couple of movies, you had business guys who weren't really the villains. They just really didn't understand the consequences of their actions and what they were doing, and they always failed. In this one, the guys are the villains. Their motivations are Bond level stupid, and they just, okay, selling dinosaurs to the fucking military. Check it out. You're going to buy a dinosaur for $20 million, which seems like a really low number, by the way, considering the fact there's only one of them left on the planet. And then you're going to house it, you're going to feed it, you're going to train it, and then you're going to buy all the genetic equipment it takes to reproduce it. For what? These dinosaurs have proven completely ineffective at killing what they're supposed to kill. Do you know how much it costs to train an American soldier? $150,000. That's it. You have to wonder, what is it with the writers and the directors that they hate big business so much they would portray it in this way? Derek, Colin, Bayona, this might be very difficult for you to do, but it's very important. I want you to point out on this doll where big business touched you. Because maybe if we can get to the bottom of your deep-seated hatred for it, you'll stop making shitty movies. And then we have the first of our protagonists, Claire, who in the first World movie, she didn't give a fuck about the dinosaurs. She brought you Indominus Rex, sponsored by Verizon Wireless. They were numbers on a spreadsheet to her until the park fails, and then they consistently try to murder her. And then all of a sudden, she's head of some group that's trying to save him and get him off the island. If anybody should care less about these dinosaurs, it is her. I guess Owen really just fucking nailed that naturalist right into her. And Owen, the other protagonist, the only reason we get any flesh on him is because we need that buddy cop dynamic with the raptor, which is absolutely inconsistent from the first one. In World, when he turns his back on the raptor, the first thing she does is try to fucking eat him. And then the other thing about Blue being so friendly is that if she was demonstrated, and this is canon, if she demonstrated any of that behavior with the other raptors growing up, she'd be fucking dead, because it's alpha on top always, and they're always fighting for control. That's established. So the only way any of this fucking movie from a story and character standpoint makes any sense is to sell toys. So in my opinion, the biggest way it says fuck you to the old movies is with shallow characters, a shallow plot, stupid villains, stupid motivations, just everything that the first two weren't. And typically Jurassic Park has something to offer, like new advancements in CGI, but from what I saw, the CGI was just fucking terrible, and they only use like puppets and shit a few times. Like it was lazy. The whole fucking movie was lazy. But to really get into the deeper problems I had with this movie and what really pissed me off, I have to go into spoiler territory. And seriously, just if you haven't seen this movie, just don't bother. If you love Jurassic Park like I do, it'll just make you angry, which I'm about to do right now. The first really specific callback we get is when they get to the island and they're standing at the visitor center in front of that big fucking shitty pyramid they had for World, and then a brachiosaurus just starts walking in front of it, and everybody's like, you know, oh, ooh, and the music kicks up, and it's supposed to kind of evoke when Grant gets out of the Jeep in the first one. And I guess I really look at what these callbacks are trying to say, or what they're trying to evoke, and they're telling us something. And what this was telling me was that we're going to take all the cool stuff we did with the first one and replace it with CGI bullshit, because that brachiosaurus looked fucking awful. The second callback is when we get to see the overturned explorer that was crushed by the T-Rex that almost crushes Tim and Grant in the first one, and it's all grown over and shit. And then eventually lava comes down the hill and starts boiling over it and melting it and burning it, and you see bubbles come up through the logo, like destroying the old Jurassic Park, like really dramatic. And I guess whatever. Later on in the film, there's a couple of other callbacks, like the amber staff that John Hammond had, like falling down and shattering, all slow motion and dramatic. Yeah. And then we have the girl trying to close the little compartment before the raptor eats her, and closes it and it hits the thing. Okay. But the biggest one, the one that inspired this fucking video, the one that made me say fuck this movie, is when the volcano starts to explode and you have everybody, you know, escaping the island on the ship, which is named Arcadia, by the way, which means harmony with nature. Nice irony. But the ship is sailing away, and then the protagonists are looking out the back of the ship, and I almost can't even get through it. The camera is looking over their shoulders, out the back, and you hear brrr, and it's the fucking brachiosaur is walking towards the beach as the pyroclastic flow comes down the mountain, and he's fucking crying, and you know it's the first one. You know it's the one from the first one, and the fucking smoke surrounds him, and he's crying and shit, and then it covers him, and then the shadow of him comes through, like the brightness of the lava is so bright it casts a shadow on the smoke, and he does the fucking hind leg rear up thing right before he collapses and dies. What the fuck? I know it was meant to be some kind of tearjerk moment, but I felt molested. Like they were pulling something very specific that I remember being amazed at in my childhood, and just fuck you, just maliciously destroying it. Like, who told them audiences would respond well to this? I was blown away. When I was a child, and the first time I saw this movie in theaters, that brachiosaur inspired so much wonder and awe and completely captured my imagination. I come out of the theater, I didn't care about the characters as much as I cared about the T-Rex, The velociraptors especially, and that fucking brachiosaur, and the triceratops. I was a dinosaur fan after that. And the way that you're going to do this is literally burn it alive on screen for us for a cheap tearjerker. Like maybe it was some kind of destruction of innocence or like everything we know is over, but fuck, dude, you could have thrown the big T-Rex into a wood chipper and I probably would have been better with that than I would have this happening, because it was soulless, it was heartless. And Jurassic Park has a ton of heart and soul. It always has. It was an adventure story, but it was almost like lighthearted. This is lighthearted in some kind of fucking Toontown way. Like, I don't understand how you guys could get this tone so wrong. Oh wait, yeah, I do. You guys are a bunch of fucking amateurs. This movie definitely felt like the longest toy commercial I have ever seen in my life. Like, boom, bang, hoo, hoo, look at this fucking Blingosaurus Rex we made on shelves today. Oh, and by the way, fuck big business and fuck them. Like, I'm really sick of them using this franchise to say fuck you to their boss. Because, you know, this movie was made by all kinds of corporations coming together to make this abomination. Hey, just like in the movie. It's like, is art imitating life or life imitating art? I don't know. But shitty, soulless business people ruining things I love. Probably one of the last things I'll say about this movie is, how are you going to let one of the biggest, most well-known, beloved franchises in the world get outdone by a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movie? Seriously, if you're thinking about spending any money on Fallen Kingdom, just go watch Rampage instead. Rampage was fun. It had some heart and soul. The CGI was pretty fucking good. And yeah, the movie was retarded. The story was dumb, but I left that movie feeling good. I had some fun. Fallen Kingdom is not fun. It is just an assault. Jurassic Park didn't deserve this. This franchise didn't deserve this. And I just really hope people stop giving this bullshit money. No, you know what? Actually, give them all your money. Buy all the toys. Make this movie a lot of money. So that way we can get a third installment of Jurassic World War III. Like, I want to see big Russian communist T-Rex coming in against a pack of mullet-wielding, machine gun-carrying velociraptors. Like, I want to see Trump right in there on the biggest fucking Triceratops ever and shoot rocket launchers, like waving the American flag and shit. Like, that's the only hope we have now. That is the only hope we have for an entertaining movie. And I just really hope it happens, because another installment on this level of stupidity is just gonna kill. We're never gonna see another fucking dinosaur movie again. It's just the way it is. In all seriousness, what I would really love to see out of this IP is some kind of long-form Netflix adaptation reboot that stuck really close to the books. What Michael Crichton did was he made scientific journals and papers more interesting and accessible to the layman. And he put them in the form of this really science horror terrifying adventure. But I really highly doubt that's going to be a thing that happens ever. So I guess we'll just have to see what other kind of dumb bullshit these guys come up with. In the meantime, I think I'm going to try to do, since I'm so negative on this channel about every movie I watch, I think I'm really going to try to do like some kind of 5-movie list of my favorite movies of the last couple years since I've seen you last. But I'm not sure when that's going to happen. So thanks for watching. I don't know if I'm back. What I'm doing most often right now is I'm recording gym videos with my brother, and I'll post a link for that channel in the description below. I'm throwing them on a different channel because it's just kind of a different thing. We're just documenting our progress through fitness, and we're not really trying to instruct anybody. It's just fun. Something to keep me on my editing toes. But if you like this video, go ahead and throw me a subscribe. Check out my other channel, and I guess I'll see you on the next one.